Wake up, man. We're making another film today.
Ooh.
You and I.
When?
Today. Another hour.
Why?
Because that's what you like to do. So, I'm trying to give you a little bit of motivation to get started.
Nah, wake me up in an hour. You said an hour, right?
Yeah.
You wake me up in an hour and 5 minutes.
How about I wake you up in 10 minutes?
No. An hour and 5.
Alright, then we're never going to get it done today.
Oh, I got it. Alright, let's do it.
If I buy you Starbucks, would that get you up?
What are you going to get me?
Whatever you like.
Can I get a drink and the snack?
Yes.
Fuck it, let's do it. Hello, my PTSDs. It is I, Brandon Ascari, and
Eric Kelly.
And today we have one of my favorite topics to talk about because sometimes I am so bad at doing this, but in the interest of actually getting shit done, we are here today talking about, Eric?
Motivation.
But I don't want to do it.
Have no damn choice.
Do I have to?
You don't.
No.
But you should.
Do you have a match?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
Can you fake hand me a match? Guess what? I'm lighting a fire under my ass. Whoa! It burns! I have way too much energy today. I just had a shot of coffee. Anyway, so motivation's interesting because I feel like it's something that not everyone has. I want to use the term drive because that's almost the same thing, but the drive to find. And there's been many times in my life, especially with, as you guys know if you watched the last episode, my dream ever since I was 12 years old was to be a pro wrestler. Though I always found it interesting because a lot of times when I was getting close to debuting and doing certain things and making steps, for some reason I would kind of cower back a little bit. And I'd start to say, you know, maybe I don't want to do it, or maybe I didn't want to do something else. And I knew that that was my dream. But it was really tough sometimes when it came to finding the motivation. And after I had my shoulder surgery, it was really tough. Like it was an 8-month recovery. And before I had the surgery, the doctor had told me he wanted to wait like 3 months and before we made a decision. And what happened was, after the 3 months, my shoulder had healed enough to the point where I had full rotation. But he said to me, you know, if you ever want to lift or if you ever want to be a pro wrestler again, you have to have the surgery. So I set up the surgery, and another 4 months go by, it's surgery time. I'm laying on the table, and at this point it had been 7 months since the injury happened. I was almost like clinically depressed about this. It was just, I had no drive, no nothing. I just kind of sat there like this and watched TV, and I still made action videos, so it was interesting. Like the doctor came in right before I was going on the table, and he said, "Brandon, how's your mobility with the shoulder?" Well, I mean, I've been doing like action videos and stuff, and he said to me, like, "Do you even want to have the surgery?" And I stopped for a second. I was like, do I even care enough to go back and chase these dreams? Is it even worth it? But I don't know what it was, but something that day possessed me to say, yes, I want to go through with it. I did. And because of that, 8 months later after the recovery, I was able to go back to pro wrestling. And even though I found out that it wasn't my dream anymore, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I would have just been stuck sitting there and saying, you know, what could have been. And that was something I couldn't live through. What about you, Eric?
I would have to say it's just a daily routine type thing with motivation for me, I would say. Just the whole point of getting out of bed, or, you know, wanting to do something like my music, or just simply running errands. Well, a lot of people I know probably need a big boost in the morning. So of course that's your coffee, that's your motivation, which might have been your motivation to get out of bed and go to that Starbucks or that Dunkin' you wanted to get. But Exactly. Now he has no motivation to continue on with the show.
Do I have to get up?
Exactly. I went through it this morning around 7 and 10 o'clock. And I don't know, due to the fact of what today is, I just felt like there was no motivation for me to even get up. There's nothing to do. But those are the days you should take action and do something rather than nothing.
That's the thing, though, and I think something that you and I have been particularly good at, no matter how much we really just don't feel like doing something, we know that something has to get done, so we do it. That's what we're doing right now. I mean, we have Wolf of Wall Street downstairs. He hasn't seen it yet. God only. But when it comes to motivation, you have to find something in your life that you love. And that, in of itself, is an episode that we're going to have, because it is so hard to find what you truly love in life. But I always say, especially when it comes to careers, what was the one thing that you said to yourself, oh man, if I could be this, I would be so happy. That would be so amazing if I could be a doctor. It would be so amazing if I could be a professional wrestler. It would be so amazing if I could produce music. It would be amazing if I could teach students. It would be amazing if I could rub people's feet. Whatever it is that you want to do, if it's something that you dreamed about and that you loved, then that's going to make motivation so much easier. Because if someone calls me and says, Brandon, I want you to be in a movie, guess what? I'm going to be there. There is a pre-lit fire under my ass for my dream. So anytime that I have a chance to do something with my dream, I'm there. It just happened.
Exactly. Even if there's no pre-lit, which I know some of my other friends, they do not have pre-lit matches like myself and him. But, you know, you have to go out there and try different things. You don't know what you necessarily like until you go out and try it. It's impossible to say, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do. So you're going to sit here for the next 10 years and during your prime and try to figure it out when you're like 30 or something. Around that time you should be trying to, you know,
stabilize yourself.
Yeah. Exactly, stabilize yourself.
It's wife and kids time, man. You got to step up to the plate.
I mean, by that time, you know, I mean, you'll find what you love, but damn, Johnny or Susie be right in your face every 5 to 10 minutes.
Yep.
Then what? Your only motivation will be your kids. Not saying it's a bad thing, but
look, that's a strong motivator, but that's
a different
stage.
Exactly.
The important thing is, I think when you're younger, if you're still looking, try it. I was so set on the path of pro wrestling for 6 straight years, from when I was 12 to when I was 18, that when after my shoulder surgery I finally got to go back, I didn't love it the way I did before. And in the meantime, I had started to act, and I did a Shakespeare contest where I got to play a monologue on stage. I loved it. And that's when I started to say, look, I think acting's the path I really want to take. And that's the only way to find motivation is don't let anyone put you down. The important thing is there's going to be people all over the world that are going to say, you're never going to be what you want to be. You're never going to be able to make it. You're not going to be able to be a celebrity. You're not going to be able to be famous, a champion. You can't do it. Well, guess what? Anybody can do it. If I could go and break world records in powerlifting when I was some no-name loser punk that got shoved around and was nicknamed Green Bean because someone put a green bean on a chair and I was stupid enough to sit on it, well, guess what? If I could do it, every single one of you guys could do it too. All you have to do is find the reason. If you really care about it, then you will be able to go out and do anything and achieve anything and become what you want to be, do what you want to do, and live your life the way that you've always dreamed. And that's the most important thing.
Exactly. And don't ever say money's the issue or anything like that. There's thousands of opportunity that him and I, once again, get emails about just about every day. If you go and apply yourself, just as simple as putting your email up, you'll find somebody to hit you with something. And there's too many sources today where you can't even use that excuse. I mean, it's to the point now, like, if you don't have anything to record with, like myself, like I do have something to record with, you can still record your talent just naturally, organically. A lot of people have more respect for that because now they see the talent. So they don't really have to hear so much of effects or whatever. It's all organic, you're being authentic, and people really respect that. So
Susan Boyle, enough said.
exactly.
Never would have seen that coming, but that's the same thing. Like, hopefully no one will ever see us coming.
Exactly.
But that's, I mean, there's no other way to describe it than you need to, I know I'm saying this many times, but when you have a passion, you're going to do what you can to achieve it, because the only way that I can see life worth living is if I'm chasing after something. And if I'm not chasing after what I want to do, like I see people who settle for being, you know, a clerk at Wawa or a cashier at Wegmans or something like that. That's fine when you're growing up, but is that really what, like, if you're passionate about it, go ahead. All the power to you, but if you dream about something else, why would you settle? There's no reason to. Even if you have to do that to stay alive, obviously that's fine, but chase your passion on the side. Go to auditions if you want to be an actor. Go to night school while you're raising the kids and doing this. Go to night school and take classes so you can get a degree and do something else with your life. Just don't sit there and settle. Find the thing that you love, chase it, and kick its ass.
If you forever settle, you'll never be comfortable. This life is already hard. You should be able to live just as comfortable as everybody else. And it's not fair to you because you're not helping yourself.
Your shoulder was pretty comfortable.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyway, guys, this has been the 5th ever episode of #Real Talk. I just wanted to let you guys know, again, my name is Brandon Ascari. I'm your host. You can follow me on Twitter if you click on this link right here. Eric, your link is popping up somewhere. Where is it going to pop up?
Right here.
Oh, wow. We're going side by side. Let me just take over a little bit of your space. It's like Battleship. I've taken a ship.
If not, we go above.
Yeah.
Wherever he may want to post that link.
Now you're just making too much work for me because I got to go to 2 places.
Oh, it's perfectly fine. I've done it myself in a few of my videos.
Look at you go. Alrighty, guys. Once again, I just wanted to say, if you are suffering from PTSDs, the path to success disease, since it is contagious, you might as well spread it.
Spread it.
We will see you in 2 weeks for another episode of #Real Talk. That was bad. Let's do that again. Yeah.
There you go.